Alright guys, DJ the Guildmaster back with another battle report with the Enchanter.
We're back to Armada.
We were back. We did one escapade in the 40k and
Yeah,
we're
that
like,
just aired yesterday. Good episode.
You like that?
Yeah, it was good.
We're getting some hits and likes on it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we have another one. I was able to get my hands on a Providence. Don't ask me how, but I had to kill a couple guys. So we have it. And we said as soon as we get one of the men, we're going to do a battle report. There's going to be also an unboxing of that later. We're going to air. But we're going to go ahead and do an Armada battle report. Let's go over our fleets. They're both 400.
Yep.
So let's go over. I'll hand you the camera.
Oh,
go
boy.
ahead and go over your fleet first.
Okay, trying to keep this steady.
Enchanter.
So, let's see here. We're back to the triple Mick 80 because, I don't know, it's cool. I want to make it work. So, here, if I can get it to not glare, it's the Mick 80, I think this is command version. I'm trying Garmbel Iblis. It was from one of the forums, someone recommended it, instead of, what's his notes? Dodonna?
Yeah.
So, rounds 2 and 4, I'm going to see if I can make them work. Home 1 again for the shenanigans. Flag Bridge, just so I can get Intensify Firepower. Reactive Gunnery, just because. And then 2 identical battle cruisers as always. I actually have all the cards for them. Go me. With Auxiliary Shield Team, the Quad Turbo Laser Cannons, Moncal Exodus fleet titles on both of them. And then instead of the one, they call it Weapons Team, that switches 1 accuracy to a crit, I just decided to go with the SW7 ion batteries because that's just more logical. That's just all there is to it. Alright, and then over to you, sir.
Alright. So, I'm running CIS, obviously. The big boy here. I was been reading this ship and kind of been off the internet because I don't want to build a ship based on the internet. It's kind of a weird build. So what I did was, I figured I'd use the dreadnought for the first time out. This is my first time flying the ship. My admiral's going to be Trench, just because I always like Trench, and he has like a very Thawne-esque ability. So we're going to have Trench as the admiral, flagship, fire control teams, just so I can take advantage of the number of weapons it has, damage control officer, assault protons, NK7 ion cannons, thermal shielding because that just seems good, XX9 turbo lasers, and the invincible title, which allows me to take thermal shielding. The idea is to get close and just unload with everything and then try to have multiple crits go off on a ship. Next, I have a hard cell transport. Just with CommsNet, it's just going to be there to support the dreadnought. And then 2 Maleficents. Both of them are exactly the same. One has Tide of Progress. Both have thermal shielding, XX9s, and they also have auxiliary shield teams. So I'm just going to make them all tanky and just fly a giant battering ram. As you can see from both of our fleets, we don't have any squadrons today.
Which bodes very well for me, because these things will beat face.
Yeah. Well,
in theory. In theory, it bodes well for me.
In theory. But the idea is, I think the next time I build this fleet, I'm going to turn that into the carrier and do some different modifications and maybe try out Grievance for you guys to see. But since we're both at 400...
Yep. It says roll blue die.
Go ahead, roll blue die, buddy.
Yeah, if it's a hit, it's me. If it's anything else...
It is a crit.
Okay. Do you want to go first or second?
If I go first, it'll be yours. I guess I will actually go second.
Hey! Woohoo.
Okay.
Okay. What do you got for me today? Objectives-wise.
Contested outpost, surprise attack, and minefields. My favorite.
Nope.
Why?
Because to hell with surprise attack.
Do it for the fans.
No. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could do contested outpost because I do have more.
And then,
we're gonna go contested outpost.
Really?
Yeah, because I have more command than you.
The joke's on you. I don't even care about the command post, but I know you're going to be all dialed up around. It's only 20 victory points, Tim.
20 victory points per round.
It's okay.
Wait. And yeah, end of round. So I mean,
It's okay.
6 rounds.
I know where you're gonna be.
You do indeed.
All right, guys, we're gonna go through setup, and then we're gonna get into turn 1. We will be back.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, we're back. So, setup. Tim picked contested outpost. I threw a rock in front of it, and the outpost here. I threw 1 frigate over here. Then I threw the Providence with a hard sail for support, and another frigate over here, trying to pull him into the middle.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of castled up, huh?
Yeah, these two have the Mon Galaxy Fleet title, so as long as they're within distance 1 to 4. Weird distance.
Okay.
I'm guessing from playtesting reasons.
Okay.
As long as they're near each other, I can keep on getting a whole lot of engineering points. He is still distance 5 of them to use Home 1 title.
Okay.
This guy's going a bit faster though. Hoping to kind of do the marching order turn of.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see.
Okay. So you're flying big ships as if they were small ships, is what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So you're player 1.
Yep.
All right. We will be back after turn 1, guys. All right. We're back after turn 1. Both of us did a little bit of unoptimized flying. This guy kind of turned in. Did engineering and beefed up the side shields with auxiliary shield teams. Dreadnought kind of turned up, moved in. I didn't go fast enough to get the token early like I thought I was going to. I misjudged it. Hard Cell moved up, threw a navigate token on him, which I guess I could have used just now. Well, whatever. And then I also tokenized a engineering. This guy dropped to speed 1, kind of slow rolled a little bit, trying to draw him out. And then Tim, go ahead, go over what you've did, buddy.
So this guy did a little juke because always be navin.
Okay.
Juke this way, just to I'll probably give myself a little bit of a better turning angle. He just went straight forward. This guy came up, turned, just so that again I have that nice formation. Hopefully I'm not bumping into each other.
Okay.
I will say before the start of the next round.
Yeah.
Garbilibus kicks off. Each of them are going to get a nav, Confire, and engineering token.
Okay.
Also, because I forgot my tokens, I'm using DJ's raid tokens.
Yeah, I don't have any raid in this list.
So if you see, like, why does he have 3 raid tokens? That's why.
Okay.
So it works out.
So they all get them 3 tokens.
Yep. Garbilibus, there we go.
All right, guys. We're going on to turn 2. We'll be back. This is really going to turn into a bloodbath. So this guy kind of sped up 2. I wish I had an engine techs on, but then again, having the extra shields is too good.
Yep.
It's one of them weird ones.
Yep.
Providence, I did beef up the speed too. I should have went straight ahead trying to get him double arc, because now we're both double arced.
Yeah.
This guy moved up, knocked the shield off. The dreadnought knocked the shield off. He stayed still. I knocked off, 2 shields? With my firing on him.
Yeah, because 1 there, 1 in the rear.
And then Tim, kind of walk us through what you did, buddy.
Kind of turn this guy. Everything's a little bit not out of place.
Yeah.
A few things are a little too fast. I won't be able to speed down until next turn, or turn after, whichever.
Yeah.
He's in a pretty good position. It's just that we're gonna have. This is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna have issues here, bud.
Oh, I had just enough to get 1 victory token.
Oh yes. Yeah, because those 2. Yeah, before I accidentally flung him away, and
it's all right. We got him close to where he's at.
That's about it. Like we're in some good positions. He's in trouble. Now the question is, do I go with him first?
Oh, and I ended up bumping just so I wouldn't get too in a dangerous position with him.
Yeah, the question is, do I try to take him out before he bumps again, or go with this guy first? We'll see.
All right, we'll be back with turn 3. It ain't looking good. Oh, I do get a victory token.
Oh yeah, you do.
So it ain't looking very good for me. This guy kind of stayed still, took another bump, which kind of killed him. He lifted this guy up, did a lot of damage. But then in turn, he was knocked out by the second. He was able to shoot through and kill me. Thermal shieldings is gross.
I hate it.
Now granted, your combo on your ships, Tim, is not
That's fair too.
Not very
that's
good
a fair
either.
Point. And I'm trying to work on the salt, so yeah, that's a fair point.
And
it's not entertaining.
Thermal shieldings kept him alive, I think, for at least a turn early, almost 2 turns early, because I'm able to get rid of all your blue dice.
Yep.
This guy moved up, threw some shots into him, some shields. He'd come around, threw a shot, did nothing.
That guy's taken some.
Providence bumped, but he unloaded. The idea of having all these different crit effects with fire control team is pretty sound. It actually did what it was supposed to. Maybe I'll change out some of the different crits. Maybe a black crit would be better because it does damage, as opposed to I'll have to do some point juggling. But it basically threw crit through him, knocked off a defense token, and then
And the crit is life support failure, which means Garm does nothing for his own ship this turn.
which is really good.
Which I already reassigned my tokens to those two.
Okay. Oh, so you're doing it this turn now for Gorm?
Yeah, his turns 2 and 4. I had to assign it before the game.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll be back. I think Tim's still going to win this.
Possibly, yeah.
But this is definitely a fun fleet to fly, and it's going to take me a little bit to figure out how to run the dreadnought properly.
Yeah.
Plus, two, I think I'm messing up Trench. I really am. He relies on tokens, and I'm not using tokens a lot, so I got to kick it up a notch. All right, guys, we'll be back with turn 4. I really misplayed Trench. I'm gonna have to think better with him.
You do get another victory token.
Okay, I got it.
Yep.
So, this guy died last turn. He died this turn through a lot of shooting.
You got 2 structural damages on this thing with your X.
Yeah, the Providence. This guy moved over here, didn't do anything. Providence laying on a rock, took a crit, but I unloaded a broadside into home 1, and because of the shenanigans of fire control team and everything, and the coloration of the dice. Yep. That's a ship you don't get close to, we figured out. I did almost, 10 damage in that single salvo.
Yeah.
And I was still within range of that. So it's going to be, we're going on to turn 5. We have to reset everything. It's going to be getting a little bit closer. The victory tokens are kind of helping me out. We'll see what happens.
I'm sorry.
As of right now, it's those that would get you.
Well, it's the amount of damage or the mitigation that you can do. So, law shooting, nothing really happened. With his engineering stuff, he's able to really repair.
Yeah, it's whack.
These guys had to bump, and I ended up landing on the rock. Since we're both in range, there's no token. So it goes on to turn 6. We'll see what happens. They're hard ships, man. We haven't tied up points yet. We want to go over this last turn. So Tim flipped around here, did some shooting. Really didn't do much.
It was 3 blanks and a hit.
Thermal shielding, man. Thermal shielding is gross. I can see them upping the points.
I hope so, because that is, well, especially since it's restricted to the 2 factions. The 2 factions are supposed to be old tech, get the coolest high tech stuff.
Right.
Minus swivel turrets. I can understand swivel turrets. No.
Well, you know what? Here's a problem, though. You have the light cruisers. They basically have swivel turrets.
Yeah.
Because how they're designed. I don't see why that ship couldn't take it.
Yep. All right.
So then Tim swung around tight over here, did some shooting. This guy unloaded. I've been doing damage to Tim's ships, but because of the Tome 1 title, he's able to get rid of 2 damage cards a turn.
Not Tome 1. It's the Exodus fleet.
Exodus fleet.
Yep. The non-unique.
And then I realized I've been doing Trench completely wrong, which we'll go over in the after actions report. So I used Trench abilities finally, took an engineering, tokenized it, got 6 engineering, took off the 2 damage crits I had, fired, did some damage, basically, and then because of, I used this guy as like a speed bump, I just turned into him, doing a damage, hitting the rock I'm on again for a crit.
And stopping me from getting a token because we tie again.
Yeah, we tie again. So we're going to add it up. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
It's going to be very close. And we'll go on our AAR and what we think about what happened. My damn suspender popped off in the back.
Oh, really?
All right, guys. This is Guildmaster and Enchanter. This is our AAR afterwards. What was your thoughts of the Providence class dreadnought Invisible Hand?
The Providence itself is actually, it's not bad in terms of it's a good ship. It's not overpowered. Its maneuverability, while it can go speed 3, it's not very maneuverable. The armaments are powerful, but at the cost of, with big broadsides, less shields on there.
Right.
Only 3 on each side is interesting. I don't think there's a way for you to get auxiliary shield teams.
No,
So.
I feel that that ship, playing, this is my first time playing it. I got played again,
Mhm.
and I did a lot of mix-ups with Trench,
Yep.
which we'll talk about.
Yep.
I feel the reason it's Speed 3, you want to get it in there, and you want to start, it's a brawler ship.
Mhm.
Only because it has, like, every weapon option you can think of, and
Oh yeah.
then
And almost every defense token.
every defense token, and throwing on uh, fire control team is brutal
Oh, that hurt.
because then you could do multiple crits. So you have a black crit you could throw through a blue crit, which was what I was doing. I was
Yeah.
using proton torpedoes as well as NK sevens. So you're discarding a token, and then you're taking a face-up damage card. Now do your thing.
Yeah.
So sorry about that little editing thing happened. So like we were talking, I think it's a brawler ship. You
Mhm.
get up close with it, and you just start hammering broadsides. And with all the crazy number of dice, that's the thing too. It's not a great long range ship. It feels like
Oh yeah.
a close to mid range firefight ship.
Which I do think, looking at the dice armament of that, the Rakusan, and the what do you call it, the Vendor,
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them are along those lines. They're all meant to be kind of more up close, as opposed to a lot of the um, Civil War era
Yeah.
ships. So that's fair.
I feel that the carrier would be a lot of fun to fly because looking at the carrier, it's still got the same armament just about. So it can take care of itself. And then there's also the invisible hand title, which
Unless you
turns
put
it
vulture
into
droids.
turns it into a real carrier, and you
Yeah.
just start throwing vulture droids out
Yeah,
around you.
they just chill on the outside.
And
of it.
then the other title, which I forget, it turns your weird facing dice to 3 red,
Mhm.
which then affects your salvo. It even says
Oh,
in the title.
that's right.
You drop a blue on the side though, but you gain a black.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
it's
yeah.
really interesting. Uh, Obviously, the elephant in the room is thermal shielding
That
in our
I
game.
Now to be fair, I understand. My home run shenanigans aren't great
Oh
to
yeah,
begin with.
your dice
Yeah.
modification is out of control.
Yeah,
So
I realized as soon as I lost the dice mitigation, I was like, oh, this sucks. But thermal shielding, I don't know how to feel. For 5 points, being able to just be like, all right, before anything happens, I'm gonna spend this brace, get rid of half your dice I choose.
Mhm.
And it doesn't exhaust either.
It does not exhaust. However,
Medium or large ship only, that's
you have to spend a brace,
brace. Yep. Which
which
means you can't spend it.
you can't spend it during that attack for
Yeah.
one, and number two, like there's always that weird offbeat chance that okay, I have your dice, you roll horribly. What did I really gain out of it?
Yeah.
What I was using it for was to get rid of
Blue dice.
blue dice,
Which-
so really at mid range is where it really started. I started using it,
Yeah.
and because of that, the one frigate actually survived when it really would have died
Yep.
because
It's
there was
about next
twice
turn.
there was twice it was at medium range, and I was like
Yeah.
no. Now the way it works is during your gather dice step. So obviously anything that modifies your dice to begin with, like you add a dice, that won't be that will be affected.
Yeah.
It's stuff like your concentrate fires, your external racks.
Your quad turbo laser cannons, because it's only after you roll an accuracy, you get another one.
Right, those kind of things
So.
it doesn't affect.
Yeah.
But just to having that kind of mitigation from the start is really great.
Mhm.
Especially if you're running a ship with a lot of blue crits they're throwing at you.
For sure.
You get rid of the blue dice. Okay, now you're just stuck with red.
The thing that bugs me the most is that means with anything that has thermal shields, close range ships like the MiG-30, like anything
Gladiator.
anything with black dice, it can't do anything. It doesn't do a thing. I mean, one Raider variant has more black dice than other colored dice in its battery, so it can still get black dice through.
Well-
But other than that,
What it ends up doing is, so if I have my gladiator, 4 black dice out the side, so I'm at
all
obviously
them
black
strike.
dice range. I concentrate in a dice, turns it to 5, and if I'm running external racks, I bump it to 7.
true.
But then
So-
you get rid of half it rounding down. You would knock me to 4 dice. However, external racks happens after you've rolled.
So you'd get
So
5
I'm
in the end.
back to 5.
You'd get 5 in the end, yeah.
So that's kind of what it does.
So, which is fair, but that's also only once per game you can use external racks.
Mm-hmm.
It's still I don't know.
We'll play more with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely powerful, and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
It really does help a lot.
I think you just have to, whatever has thermal shields, you just have to focus fire. If I deployed differently and I just charged it with the front ends of those two, I probably could have beaten through thermal shields because you only have one brace,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think any of the new ships have more than one brace.
I don't
The
believe
Rakusen,
so.
I could be wrong, but so I don't know. It
My plan kind of worked. I threw that frigate off to the side simply to maybe pull the ship away or make you deal with it,
yeah
and it kind of worked.
yeah. I didn't really intend to just be distracted by it. I intended to just swing up this way,
Well,
but
it
unfortunately,
didn't die
because
as
the way it
fast as
deployed,
you thought it would have.
true, yeah.
I think that's what you were kind of hoping
Yep.
for.
And fortunately, the way it deployed didn't help. But, I don't
Oh,
know.
what was the scores again?
Oh, I had you got 208 off of me, 148 from that ship, and then
You had
60 from your points.
yeah. So in this case, the tokens actually did help.
Oh, they helped, yeah.
'Cause
Because I got. It would have been close without
yeah,
the tokens.
yeah, you had like
130.
137.
Yeah.
It's really a hard thing. Trench, I was being an idiot because it says you spend the token as opposed to the dial. I wasn't thinking, and I was assuming I had to have a token to start with, not thinking I was like, oh, take my dial, tokenize it, spend the token.
Yep.
Trench's ability kicks off because I still have 2 dials left on Trench's card. I just wasn't
Yeah.
thinking. I had misread the card, and
Yep.
honestly, his ability is really powerful. I'd like to play him again in another game, and now that I'm actually thinking on how he works.
Yeah.
Um, what else do you think about like? With the ship itself is beautiful. We're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be doing an unboxing. You'll see an unboxing video.
I will
sometime.
say the price hikes. That's something you have to acknowledge. Price hikes will affect the look and what am I looking for? It will affect prospective players
Yeah.
because $65 for a ship that isn't even bigger than the $50 Star Destroyers is rough.
Not only that, you don't get a lot of stuff in there. Like everyone has already been seeing on the internet, there is no command dials. There is no movement dial.
Speed dials,
Speed
yeah.
dial. And they're equating that to everyone has a whole bunch. Plus, two, for all you
Yeah.
new players, guess what? You're going to have to buy a dial pack now.
Yep. Or how many do you get in the new core sets? I think you get 12 of each or something like that. No, not 12 of each.
No, I think, you get 3 movement dials,
Yeah.
or 3 speed dials. I want to say upwards of 5 or 6 command dials. You don't get a lot.
I thought you got more than that. I don't know, but that's
Yeah,
something to consider because how much is the dial pack? Like
I think it's
15, 20 bucks?
something in that realm.
Yeah, so
It's not cheap.
I think it's going to turn off prospective players. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Actually,
Well, the ship's beautiful. It's very well
Yes,
done.
I will say.
I have a little gripe with my one command area they painted.
yeah.
I mean, just because our 10-year-old kid's painting does not mean that I expect not quality in my models I buy. I'm just throwing it out there, China. You hear me?
Thank God we're not monetized.
We never will be.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No overlords for us, Tim.
No.
Or Enchanter, sorry.
No, yeah, potato.
Potato. But I like it. I need to play with it a little bit more. I feel that I didn't utilize it to its full potential. It does feel like you get in there and you just destroy with it.
I didn't realize that's also Trench's flagship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The invisible.
that's funny.
I don't know. It was definitely a really good game. I think the mission helped me a lot because
Yeah.
it did force you into my thing. Even though with me messing up and not getting a token turn one,
Yeah.
we stayed close.
Garm is better now, obviously. Getting all those tokens turn 1 and turn 5 was literally just pointless originally. Nobody ran them because turn 1, you don't care. You're not engaged yet. Turn 5, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
The flagship's probably, maybe not necessarily dead, but you lose a whole bunch of ships. Turns 2 and 4 were pretty solid for me. It was a bummer that my pickle died. Or no, my pickle got that crit that prevented from utilizing his stuff.
The two I had it with like literally 2 double arc broadsides.
Yep.
Actually, one
was-
full double arc, and then the second one it was just finished it off.
Yep. Yeah, that was rough.
I don't know. I just like to play with it a little bit more. We've been thinking about the frigates some, and I always run auxiliary shield tech, our team. I'm thinking about maybe throwing engine techs on to make them speed 3, because it's really weird because they can't keep up with the Providence. It almost feels like the Providence wants to get in there first and just hopefully destroy something, and these guys get there later and help finish it off.
That also reminds me, for the love of God, you always have to navigate with these because I
You were
realized.
engineering though. You saved them with engineering.
True. Which, funny enough, this one ended with more health than it started the game with. Because of auxiliary shield teams, it still has 1 extra shield.
Well, I would
which is
do
dumb.
I would do like 2 and 3 damage would get through, but
And then I just repair it all
Then
because
you
those
repair it all.
titles plus tokens plus commands.
Yeah.
I lived in engineering, confire, engineering
Yeah.
for both of them. Oh, what was it? Yeah, the issue though is I realized horribly. First of all, I couldn't turn in far enough to get to the station earlier.
Right.
There were a couple times where it was like
You got jammed up over on the far side.
yeah, and there's a couple times like I was like here, and I couldn't turn far enough. And then I realized that the game gone on, I probably would have never been able to catch you in the front arc because I could not turn fast enough.
That's one thing. The CIS ships can turn pretty tight. The Providence dial 1 and 2 is great. That third one, like I said, I think that's meant to. I need to get across there now.
Yep.
Drop speed, and then just broadside you. Because I think that's one of the things you could do with trench is pick a. Go ahead, pick a navigate. You do navigate, tokenize it. You can drop the speed 2. You can drop your speed by 2,
The
and you
speed
could
one, yeah.
and you can also on top of that add a click because of the dial. So you could go from 3, slam on the brakes, just kind of like in a movie where they had the retro rockets where they had to reverse.
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
coming in. I could just picture you just flying along and doing that. You could do that. You got where you needed to go, and you just start throwing hands at that point.
Which would work, yeah. Well, I don't know. I still enjoy this list.
Yes.
People keep telling me not to run Dodonna, but he's so good.
I
Dodonna's
don't
fun, in my opinion.
I don't see why. What's everyone trying to run? What, Akbar or what's his name with the you pick the crits?
No, Dodonna's the one you pick the crits.
Oh,
and
okay,
apparently
okay.
nobody runs him. I don't know. He's fun. I'll probably stick with Garm because, to be fair, that's probably a much better ability for these 3 ships. Especially because now it means I don't have to find points for the XX9s. I can just
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a weird game where neither one of us took squadrons, and I'm pretty much known as a big squadron player when I'm not running black dice ships.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have yet to run this against squadrons, which will probably
Well,
might
you have
change
2
my
blue.
views.
You have 2 dice for flak, don't you?
Yep. These 2 both have 2 black dice. That is a black and a blue.
I'm almost thinking about running Grievous with a carrier because of Grievous's ability.
Admiral Grievous?
Admiral Grievous. Even though I like Squadron Grievous, Squadron Grievous is just bonkers.
I hate him with a passion. He's basically what? He's Vader, but with a stipulation.
Yeah.
Because I
Which is
never
actually
knew
a lot
what's-
easier to get because if you're just hunting regular squadrons that don't have a defense
Yup.
token, okay, that damage is getting through. Oh, we have one of our fans. Hi, Ash.
Sorry.
So everyone's like, why are the 2 like staring out, talking towards the shop for? Like, what's going on?
That's what we do. Fun fact: I never knew what Vader's ability was until like the other day when I was like, "What the fuck does he do again?"
Everyone tries running Vader when they first get him, and then
Yep.
Vader gets one-shotted
Yep.
all the time. He just blows up.
What does he have? 2 braces or a brace and scatter?
I think braces. The only thing he has is scatter.
Yeah.
And not only that, like he's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Grievous is up there too, but I think
Yeah.
Grievous is a little bit better. Plus, 2 Grievous because it has human shields.
Yep.
Because you can direct damage that you take to a squadron.
If they were to start FAQing and adding abilities, I think Vader's Squadron would be one where he would get stuff like whatever, like the screen ability Grievous
Oh,
has.
yeah.
I think I saw that online actually. Someone came up with that, and it's like, yeah, he'd probably get Adept and that.
Here's the problem: that if they're going to do that, they need to do it with that card pack that came out.
Yep.
I've been trying to do, as you guys have probably seen, the gaming on a budget. I've been trying to do an Armada one, and it's not coming up easy at all, especially for new players. Like, there's one route to go for new players.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's Republic and CIS. But if you
Yeah.
want to get into the Empire or Rebels,
There's no cheap way to do it.
there is no cheap way to do it. Not now. And then
Unless you
top of all,
can.
you have to buy the. You can buy the ships, no problem,
Yeah.
but they're not upgraded yet. They Asmodee. No, who has them now? Asmodee. Has them.
Atomic Mass Games.
Atomic Mass Games has them now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they haven't upgraded the new ships coming across the boat. They're still with the old cards, all this stuff. Yeah, you still have your dials. Okay, whoop-de-doo, but a lot of cards have been changed now. You
True,
know,
yeah.
so that's kind of like a little bit of a Jake on my side to get a new player in, saying, "Hey, guess what? Now I'm going on a rant. We're going off in the bushes." But
When don't we?
we have more talk show things coming up soon. It's trying to get everyone together. Now that things
Yeah.
have kind of opened up around our area, it's a little bit easier.
Also, what we should probably do is film Battle Report, do an actual legitimate focused after Battle Report, and then make a whole separate video that's just.
Yeah, it's hard making a double feature video. Like, oh, I watched a
point.
battle report. Now go to this link, and you can watch our AAR. Not too many people will do it. Now, if we were a dedicated Armada channel, I
Yeah.
could see folks. But since we do everything. But with that being said, you have anything else? Any closing things to add, Tim?
No, still a good game. You know, this is how many games have you won against me now?
I don't keep track.
Oh, okay. Neither do I. That's all. Like,
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty simple.
yeah.
One thing we are looking at doing here now that summertime is coming is we want to run at the shop an Armada tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's a lot of players just getting them out to come play, but we want to do an Armada tournament, and we'll have an extravaganza video on that. We actually might have at the final table a full blown watching the entire game.
That'd be cool, actually. Yes.
Now, it's not going to look as great as top down like a lot of other groups do, but I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, if we'd set up on one end of the table.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, one thing we will do is have dice trays.
Yeah.
But all right, I didn't really have nothing else. That was a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Flying that ship's still learning. It's still beefy.
I've learned just forget. I mean, the engineering helped, but just nav. Always be naving.
Nav, or if you get in a good jousting position, you want to joust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just
And I didn't
depends
really
on
let
position.
you joust too much.
Mhm.
So,
True. Yeah.
all right, guys.
I never spent my pass token.
No, you didn't.
It's still over there.
You did not spend it.
Yeah. I just realized I was like, it's right next to the camera. I was like,
Well, don't feel bad. I used my Admiral completely wrong in
Oh,
this
yeah,
game.
there we go.
So we're even.
That works. All right.
All right, guys. If you guys liked the video, all that stuff that everyone else says on YouTube, go ahead, like, subscribe.
Yeah. Just go to the end of another video. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah, just you guys any suggestions? Put it in the comments below.
Mhm.
You want to see us fly? Even a specific list to throw out
Actually,
there.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we have pretty vast collections. I know I do.
Mhm.
So we
I have
can.
everything but the MiG-30, and I don't know why that is.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But well, I got rid of all my Rebel stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
we have enough stuff. We can fly whatever you guys want.
Mhm.
But until next time, later on.